Good morning. I'm Mike Neundorfer with Advanced RV, and this is Ben. I don't know how to categorize who Ben is, but he's a great musician, as anybody at the fest will testify. He's an innovator and a craftsperson. He's in the finish department, and he raises chickens and ducks, so and much more. But anyway, what we try to do at Advanced RV is give everybody that wants it an opportunity to take one of our motorhomes on a trip. And Ben took it last weekend. You took Napsak, which is a 2016 repurchased van, and we repurchased it and went through the whole QC process and updated it. So it's available. I think it has about 40,000 miles on it. But while they're available, and if we have them for a few weeks, we have the staff take them, do an additional quality check in operation, and just come back with ideas and improvements all the time. So where'd you go, Ben?
I went to an event called Flite Fest in Malvern, Ohio. It's a massive gathering of model airplane enthusiasts. Electric specifically is the largest one in the world, as a matter of fact. And it's in a big farm field, so there are no RV hookups there, but there are plenty of RVs. But that's why it was so handy to have this thing, because we're building and repairing planes constantly, so we need power for our tools and shade from the sun and water to keep cool. And it was a great time, it really was. And I definitely had the most impressive RV in the lot. There was one other Sprinter there, but it wasn't an advanced RV, that's for sure. You could tell just by looking at it.
Well, that's great. How did your battery hold up for the weekend?
Very well. I was impressed with how long it actually lasted, in spite of us. I mean, we're using soldering irons and glue guns, and running the air conditioning for my sister, who was getting overheated. I was surprised at how slow it went. I kept track of it to make sure I would charge it up, which was handy to have a built-in generator.
So you did recharge.
Yeah.
How many times did you have to recharge with the engine?
I think like about once a day. It was about 93% when we got there, and we just started right away with the building and ran the awning out and got our table set up, and we had all our battery chargers going out of it. It was a perfect thing to have for our base camp. Even though there were large build tents for people to build, but we didn't need to walk down to them or share space with the crowd, because we had our own little personal workshop, which is really nice.
Did you find any issues that we missed when we did the quality checks?
There were a couple of little things, but they were all like programming issues and software things that were easily remedied.
And how did it drive? I mean, it's a 2016, but it's got not too many miles on it.
It drives like a car. It felt like a new one. I didn't notice a difference in the feel between driving this one and driving a 2021.
Oh, that's great.
So it felt great.
Do you want to show us a little bit the interior in case anybody's interested?
I kind of like the theme of this one, the carbon fiber weave everywhere, and the gray stone and the curtains, it's monotone without being monotone. And I think it's pretty slick. It almost reminds me of the inside of a fighter plane. Not that I've ever really seen the inside of a fighter plane, but this is what I picture it look like based on movies. The lighting is very sufficient. These pucks are nice, but we do the strips nowadays I think are a little brighter, but not that much better. It's roomy. It's got plenty of storage, more storage, and I don't think I found all the storage in it. Every time I turn around, I found another door to put stuff in. You know, the bathroom is a good size. You got extra space back here for sticking your luggage. I put all my briefcase and my tools back here. I mean, I carried 4 assembled planes, 3 helicopters, and a model truck in this thing on the way down with plenty of room to spare. And some of them came back in bags, but that's another story.
This is a 4x4, isn't it?
I think so.
You didn't do any off-road stuff with it?
No, we had to drive on some grass, but it was dry and it was nice. You know, the thing was set up nicely. The campground was set up for the RV parking.
Bathroom?
I use the bathroom frequently. My sister and her family, they didn't want to impose, so they continued to use the campground facilities in spite of my protest. I'm like, don't use that. We have this. But, you know, that's fine. I like these curtains. We do these curtains still this way, but I'm going to take note on how they did the tiebacks inside the valances, because that to me is tidy and much better looking than just having them without the valance. And I was impressed with how well they worked and how smooth they are. And I love the suede walls and the suede ceiling. It really makes it cozy. And the bed was very roomy and spacious. I didn't have any problem getting cozy back here.
Ben, we're really glad you could have a good weekend and take Napsak, and I'm surprised it's still here, but I'm glad it was here long enough for you have an outing in it.
But yeah, I'm glad to have the opportunity to do so. It's a great advantage of working here.